Hi, I'm Craig.
And I'm Donna. Welcome to Dorothy. We thought we would have some fun today and show you the inside and out of Dorothy and why we chose Airstream and why we love this unit.
We wanted to do it from a perspective of a user and not a selling video. So this won't be your classic, hey, this is why you should buy it and here's how wonderful the price is. We're going to tell you about how this fits our style of RVing and why we chose it and why it's working out well for us, and maybe one or two things that we're not really crazy about. She doesn't like that part, but
because I love it all.
So when we started looking at RVing, we did a lot of research on YouTube. We learned a ton from everyone from Keep Your Daydream to KYD folks to Matt's RV review and probably 100 others to try and figure out where we wanted to be and what RVing meant to us.
And we started out by loving the Airstream because friends of ours have an Airstream. And when we walked into their Airstream and saw the beautiful big windows, we were hooked.
You think about how much size you can get. You think about, I want to live in the most amount of space possible. You don't think about how much space can I really tow? What's the living situation in that space really like? And what are the compromises every time you make a decision? Because there's a plus or minus, a give or take, every time you look a different direction.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that not only were Craig and I comfortable traveling, but most of the time we're going to bring our two dogs, Lucy and Loki, with us.
We really found that space inside living with RVs is more about the usability of a space, and sometimes if a space has to double and you find yourself waiting for an opening. In other words, if this is down and somebody's sleeping in it, it's annoying or aggravating if you need this space. So we wanted an RV that didn't have configurations changing all the time, something that was Lego-like. The interesting thing about Airstream that we've come to learn and love over time is that the design itself has evolved, much like the Porsche 911, the Carrera. If you take a look at one from, 30, 40 years ago, and you look at one now, you can see the resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah, they're timeless.
And that design is evolutionary. So there's been tweaks along the way, but the design was solid from the beginning, and most of the fundamentals of Airstream hold true. This is an RV that's built for RV trips like we take, which is a long trip that may be a weekend, it may be a week, it could be a month or a month and a half, and there might be 6, 7, 12 different stops. So the ability to pack, set up, move, tow well are all really important. Yeah. Now in our rear bedroom 30-foot Classic, we've got windows all around. So no matter which end of the site I need to pull into or how I'm pulling into it, we've always got a great view.
Yeah, we got panoramic in the back, we got panoramic in the front.
Right. So the windows makes it feel very open. Again, that's the illusion of size. And the spaces are dedicated, but it's the right amount of space for 2, 3 people and a couple of pets.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the overall construction and value, the other thing that we needed to consider in our investment was resale value.
Right.
If you think about so many RVers trade in, trade up, we wanted to get to what we thought might be our last RV first. Because the Airstream is built on a solid chassis and custom built axles, and it's not built on a third-party platform, it's very low to the ground, and it also has this great feel, but more importantly, it carries its weight well. So the materials used inside are solid. These are solid cabinets, and they close with authority.
The cabinets just felt, these are all like builder grade cabinets, countertops,
yeah.
Sinks. It does feel like a home. It feels like it's built to last.
So that's how we ended up with Dorothy. We were very fortunate in that somebody had just traded one in. This is before COVID really struck with RV madness, and we were able to get what we wanted, and fortunate enough to be at the right place, the right time for this particular one.
But when we walked in here, it just felt like home.
Felt like home. So let's take you through a little tour of the rest of Dorothy. We'll show you some of the things that we found make it very, very livable. Some of the storage and convenience features, and we'll talk about one or two things that may be not Airstream specific that I would change kind of going forward. This is Dorothy, our 30-foot Airstream Classic. It is a 2018, and with the 2018, there's Vanna White, comes a lot of benefits. So this is the premier version of the Airstream, and again, I don't think we went in to look to buy a Classic.
No, it was just there. You know, we looked at 2 other Airstreams, and this just happened to be there, and we asked, hey, what is this? And they said it's a used, but somebody's got a deposit on it. I'm like, well, can we just look at it? Just because we were looking at them online or on
and
YouTube.
Then love.
And we walked in, and we'll show you when we go back inside why we fell in love with her. And we did a little finagling, and now she's ours. These are 2...
I think they're 40 gallon.
40 gallon each.
40 pound.
And this is what keeps our refrigerator and freezer going when we're boondocking or whatever.
Traveling.
And our stovetop and oven. And I would be lost without my stovetop and oven.
When it comes to towing and setup, this is motorized, so I don't have to hand crank anything. I can hitch and unhitch, connect our anti-sway bars, level the unit without too much effort. We're really talking about pushing a button to go up and down. So it's just as simple as that. Door, because the Airstream door is probably one of the main supports of security. When you're in an RV, you really want to make sure that it's tight, that it's sealed, that you're secure, and that it locks well. And these doors kind of had that feel of like an airplane door. So it closes and it is solid. The awnings we found to be super easy. They're made by Zip D, and they are completely motorized. So any awning on the patio side simply latches and extends. I won't extend it all the way here because we're up against another unit, but it really is that simple, as opposed to cranking. Again, that's a feature of the Classic.
So another thing that's really nice about the Classic is that the stabilizers are motorized. There's two switches, one for the front, one for the back. Makes it really easy, convenient.
This is the biggest external storage, and it is multi-level. So if we take a look inside, I store most of the things I need here for hookup, for leveling. This actually is under the bed in the rear of the unit. And then underneath this section here, whether you can see it or not, I store our 50 amp cord, hoses, cable, and it's very, very deep. But relatively speaking, from an RV perspective, this isn't the type of storage you may see on some units. So be aware of what it can hold. We're fortunate in that our truck has a large bed, and we use that for most of the things that I need to carry.
But this is deceivingly big. I mean, I feel like it holds a lot.
Right. And then the back bumper also has storage, and we use that for our Stinky Slinky and accessories that are sewer related, because why put them inside anywhere?
Correct. Grossness.
Right. Alright, so freshwater tank is filled here, and that's locked. I don't know why someone might mess with your potable water, but you do have access to a place to store. Your sewer black hose connection, gray hose connection for exiting is here. This is your tank for black water. This is your tank for gray. Your Stinky Slinky hooks up here, and we've got a release valve for the black tank, a release valve for the gray tank. These simply pull and you can drain.
Very easy.
And then for freshwater, this is your city water or freshwater intake. And then you've got, other than the tank, when you're at an RV site. And then this is a shower head cleaner. So I can hook up a secondary line, and the Airstream actually has something that allows me to clean out or purge the black tank. So I can fill it up, turn the shower head on, drain it with my black tank, and help keep it clean. It's a great thing that makes the Airstream, again, more livable. One of the things we feared the most was the stinky slinky.
The septic tank.
Ooh. Turns out really to be.
It really is easy.
So don't listen to the Robin Williams RV movies. It's not that scary yet. For ease of maintenance, you have access to the back of your refrigerator. As Donna had mentioned, this runs on electric or propane. It's really important when you're traveling, boondocking, pulled off to the side of the road, that you can use this for both the heating system, the heating elements on the bottom, hot water, or propane for the stove and grill top.
Or it would be peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every single time we stopped.
And
we save that for camp, like for hiking.
For hiking. 50 amp service, so we're connected here. This is your cable or satellite input. And then an external shower. So right here we've got the ability to hot and cold running water on a shower head. And if you're boondocking especially, you don't want to fill up your gray tank. That's a great thing. You're at the beach, you want to wash your feet off with sand.
Or your dirty dogs.
Or your dirty dogs. It's a great way to get access to an external shower.
So now let's go inside and see why we love Dorothy so much. Okay, so one of the things that is also unique about the Classic is this sofa. All it took was for us to sit in the sofa and push this magic button. We are home theater people, and this truly made us feel right at home. We looked at each other and said, yep, this is the one. Really comfortable, nice memory foam, nice faux leather. And that pulls down for your tray for a snack or drinks. So now I get to show you our awesome kitchen, and what Airstream does such a good job of is making it feel like you're living in your home. You know, we had showed you earlier, the cabinets are solid wood, they're very deep, they hold all our goodies in here. I'm going to say that's a home-size sink, right?
Mm-hmm. I love what you did with this little accessory.
So, and you always, I have something that you can dry your dishes on, but this is so much more convenient if you want to rinse out a cup or some silverware. This you can get on Amazon. It's like $15, but I use it a lot.
It's great for draining, drying, and it rolls right up.
Right, if you don't want to use it. Another great thing Airstream thought of for extra space is this flip-up countertop extender. Again, I could put dirty dishes, clean dishes, serve appetizers, you know, any of that on here, and it just gives me that little bit extra space and then tucks away when I'm not using it. Below that is the thing that nobody knows what to do with.
The magazine holder.
It's a magazine rack. Who reads a magazine? So we decided to use it as our laptop holder, and both of our laptops fit in it great. So those watching and don't know what to do with your magazine rack, try your laptops.
Yeah. To the left is another one of those switches, the multiplex switches Donna talked about. So more access to lighting, especially things that are outdoor related. So the awning is controlled from there, patio lighting, the grab handle, and some of the internal lighting features.
Correct. And underneath is our doorbell.
It's a classic doorbell. You've gotten very good at that. They up and down.
It's just a little latch underneath.
All right.
Under here, under the sink, we've got a lot of great storage for my trash can, silverware, kitchen utility, spoons and knives and spatulas, plastic bags, tin foil.
Covered dedicated space for the trash can.
This is our convection microwave. I love having a microwave. I don't necessarily use the convection part because
we're lucky enough to have an oven, and I use it a lot. I really do use it a lot.
And that's propane based.
Right, this is propane. Also, the stovetop is propane. And you know, you think you're camping and you're gonna grill outside all the time. You're not. It's gonna rain. It's gonna be so windy that you can't light your grill. You're gonna want to pull over at a rest stop and maybe make some soup and a sandwich or something like that. This is probably the most favorite part of my kitchen. There is a fan and a light.
And that ports externally.
Another place to plug in things like our coffee maker. More storage down here. This is where I keep pots and pans and knives. Under here we keep like cleaning products and whatnot. Again, Airstream just using every inch of space they can for interior storage.
That reminds me. So underneath seats and beds is also great storage. So if we go back quickly to the front, we're going to talk about the sofa also having storage. So we have a lot of biking equipment, and that can be stored here. The other side we're currently using for documentation, but we figured that we really don't need documentation as we're traveling around. And this just simply Velcros back up, and more tremendous storage.
While I'm down here, I'm going to show you some more storage. I keep our vacuum cleaner down here, dog leads. It's actually very deep. So up here is a really spacious tabletop that is motorized. You can get to it from here. And can't see. Okay. It's going down. So this is how you make your bed. We didn't bring the cushions that go on top, but you get the idea of how simple it is to convert this into a bed. Our 5'10" son was able to fit on this.
Pretty comfortably.
Pretty comfortably. These come off. Another plug. These will both come off. And then you add your cushions, and it makes like a full-size bed.
We have a built-in TV. It's a Samsung, and it is built on a swivel, so we get to have any type of view or angle needed. They have included a Polk audio system we talked about before with speakers in all four corners. That is connected to the TV, so although not surround sound, it does fill the RV with sound.
It really makes a great sound from your TV. It does a great job.
So while Donna's doing this, let's talk a little bit about the Aldi system. This is an alternate way and my favorite way of heating, and it gives us two things: hot water, and it also gives you baseboard heating. And the advantage of baseboard heating are twofold. One is that it is radiant, so it doesn't have a loud fan. It doesn't force a lot of air into the RV, and that gives you the ability to get really gentle, soothing heat without cold spots. We do have heat pumps when we're hooked up. If I were to need to heat this place quickly, the heat pumps would be much faster, but whether we're boondocking or whether we're hooked up to shore power, my preference is always the Aldi system for baseboard heating, and of course the hot water, which seems to last a good long time. And then the Polk audio system, which connects to Bluetooth or satellite dish or external sources like the television. More storage.
More storage. This is the
Blu-ray player.
Blu-ray player.
Also hooked up to both televisions, along with a digital antenna and the ability to switch over to cable fed from the RV resort.
And more storage. Now, what I use in all of this storage area, including the bedroom, is there are soft bins that you can get anywhere. I mean, I got mine at Marshall's, you can get them on Amazon, but they're soft that when you put them in and shut this, it has give, so it scabutches shut, and you don't have to worry about smashing everything. Here's our map of where we've been
This is the first 4 months
so
of
far.
us and Dorothy.
I think we've done a good job.
Craig and Donna and Dorothy. So craiganddonna.com is a website. If you can't find us on YouTube, which is also under Craig and Donna, go to craiganddonna.com and the videos and other things are on that site.
Correct. So this is the freezer and refrigerator by Dometic. Plenty of room, and we were gone a month, and I had plenty of room for pre-made food. Stays cold on propane or electric. You can see how much space is in here. Always remember to click it. Another drawer down here for storage. This is our tool drawer. This I love because it's a pantry that holds everything really well.
And disappears into nothing.
Disappears. Up here is my little spice rack. It's adorbs. Keeps everything in its place. And then this is our wardrobe, which again, so much space for us. You have all your clothes hanging space, plus down here for just miscellaneous things.
It's got to be about 4.5 feet tall and 2.5, 3 feet wide.
About that. See, we have a little TV back there for outside. These containers, I'm going to wash them when I get home, but these I put in the refrigerator just to kind of keep things from sliding all over the place when you're traveling. Oh, down here are control panels for your fuses. Really easy to get into, and they snap right shut. Oops, except for that one. Operator error. Boom.
Well done, Donna.
Thank you. So another thing that we love so much about this Classic is that we have a shower and a toilet sink area separate from each other. So I could shower, Craig can use the bathroom. It's really a spacious shower. We found this beautiful teak floor that Airstream sells. It really makes it feel a lot warmer and cozier in there.
It is beautiful. I hadn't seen it in there before.
No, it looks great, and look at all the headroom. Plenty of room in here to shower. And I have a little seat. I'm gonna shave my legs.
We also have separators, so we can separate the bathroom area from the front of the unit. Loki has found his way under there.
He is shifty that way.
Yeah, something.
And it just snaps shut. So Craig can be taking his shower. And this huge bathroom in here I can be drying my hair, brushing my teeth, using the restroom. Really nice cabinet storage back in here.
We did the latch on that cabinet. Did not come with the latch.
Did not have
for
a
some
latch.
reason.
But we put a latch in. And now it snaps nice and shut. Laundry basket. How nice and convenient that came in handy. Storage with shelves for medicines and stackables. And a pretty big sink. And a beautiful window.
On the back, as part of the Aldi system, is a towel heater. So that's a towel holder. And in the winter, it does heat the towels.
Right, so when you have your heat going, your towels are either drying or warming up for your shower.
Onto the bedroom. Oh, look, there we are. Hi. We
showed you the front end on what we love so much about the theater seating up front. Now I'm going to take you to the bedroom and show you the other best thing about this unit. Super comfy, but watch. The Classics come with an adjustable bed. And it is so comfy. Have your coffee, watch your TV, just sit up and have a really nice comfy morning. On either side of our bed, we both have a drawer. Here's a pretty big drawer in the front here.
Let's take a look at some storage.
Yeah, as we've said before, there's no shortage of storage in the Airstream. We have these two huge cabinets above our beds. Same configuration. Again, we like to use the soft bins because the curvature of the back and everything just fits in there really well. We each have an end table with a drawer and a cabinet underneath. So that's the tour. What do you think?
That's the tour. I think if you have questions, please email us or leave comments in the YouTube video. We'll be happy to talk more about or answer any in-depth questions that you might have.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And push that like button and the notification button. That would be awesome. But that's it for now. So for now, I'm Craig.
I'm Donna. Thank you for sharing Dorothy with us.
And we look forward to sharing more with you soon.